Good morning, everyone, my crafty ladies. How are you going? I hope your day started off well. I've had a few hiccups, hence I'm a little bit late today. But what I wanted to show you today is how to create these lovely backgrounds. So I'll just give you a close-up look so you can see the background. So those two are pretty similar. So it just depends on what colours you're using and the techniques. I love these little spots here. And again, the background there. How cute are these little ladybugs? And then I've used a piece just there. So you don't have to use, it for the whole background. You can just use a piece of it. And then I've used it on this one as well. Okay. So what we need to start off with is some Stampin' Blends, or if you don't have Stampin' Blends, alcohol markers. Stampin' Blends are an alcohol marker, and a piece of vellum. So we've just got our little piece of vellum. Now, I was going to show you, I might go, because we've done pink, and I might show you these colours. So use your brush end, and you're just going to pop on areas of colour. So just colour on, quite random, doesn't have to be uniform. And then popping your next colour on up close to it or slightly overlapping it. And again, you can leave some white space. And I tend to go with 3 colours. You can experiment and go with more, but I just find the more colours you put on, then sometimes the muddier things get. So just, experiment. You've probably got a ton of vellum paper at home, so just experiment. Experimenting is the name of the game. Now, I like this blue. So this is Dark Azure Afternoon. And I don't know if you've noticed when you're looking at your Stampin' Blends, you've got a brush end and a bullet end. So I'm using the brush end here. And when you buy your Stampin' Blends, they come with a dark pen and a light pen. So they're great for blending straight away. Okay, so we've got our little swatch of colour there. Then I've put alcohol in a water painter. So we've just got alcohol instead of water in here, and I've put alcohol in the spritz as well. So that's 100% alcohol isopropyl. Okay, so we can start off with the brush, and we can paint on it, and you can see the ink moving there. Okay, we can dab down and get dots. So you can see how the dots are pulling out. So we can, keep dotting around the place. And it's all about playing and seeing what you get. So we could blow on it. And then we get those sort of streaks happening. You could get a straw and blow on it and see what effects you get. So this then becomes more like a wash, like a watercolour wash. So it's all about sort of just experimenting and seeing, the more alcohol you get on there, the more it starts to spread out. So it's just literally playing around with it as much as you like, and then setting it aside to dry, or you can heat it with the heat tool, whatever you prefer. Now, if you're wanting to just get some small dots on there, when you use your little spritzer, you can, if you do it slowly and aim it in the right direction, see, then I've got some small little dots over here in this corner. So see how that's running around? I quite like that effect. So we could wash that and have a complete wash all over it, but I want to get, so you can see there again, just those little drops. So again, it's up to you with how you want to play with it and the kind of effect you're trying to get. Once it's dry, you could add more alcohol on there. So I'm going to so you can see there, that's almost dry already, and it starts to get a bit of like a glaze on it. So you get that thickened area where it dries. So that creates kind of more texture. Then we can turn it over. So you can see on the back side, it's more muted. So again, when you're going to use that piece, you can sort of think, do I want the bright side or do I want it a bit more muted? So that's that piece. Let's try, I'll show you some other colours. So this is light melon mambo. So hyacinth pink. And that was light blueberry bushel. And this is dark Highland heather. Oops, wrong end, Lucy. So you can see I'm not really taking any care with where I'm colouring. So again, we can get our dots on here. So that looks quite cool, just like that. So I think I'm going to leave that because that's quite cool. So it's all about playing and enjoying it. Now I'm going to turn that over and dab it off and see what effect I get. So that's a bit smooshy. So that's gone really pale. Okay, so that's quite a nice effect too. It's really subtle effect. So I've lost all that colour. Now I'm very tempted to cut that down because I quite like that look as well. So again, experiment, see what you get. Now someone was asking me, does it work on glossy cardstock? I don't know. So let's have an experiment. I'm liking that first set of colours I've used. So let's see what sort of effect, oops, we get. With this. Now just be careful of the colours. Like I love blue, purple and green together, but when you mix purple and green on something like this, you get brown. So that's not very attractive with pink. So Okay, so let's see what we get. We just dot. No, not moving. On this particular photographic, oh, it is moving just a little bit, but nowhere near as much. Nowhere near as much as it did with the vellum. So you're just getting a very slight bleeding. Yeah, very, very, very slight. Now, this was cheap cheap photographic paper. So stronger photographic paper, you know, better quality, you might get a better effect. But yeah, it doesn't look, it doesn't really, we're getting a little bit, but not as much as you did with the vellum. So that's interesting to note, but well worth a try if you've got some good quality photograph paper, or maybe if you've got some glossy card stock that might suit you, like that might work better. But yeah, for me, that's not really a success. Okay, but yeah, I'm liking those. You've got the really subtle one, and then you've got this cool one. I can see a nice ocean theme, some seashells, and that with that one, some seaweed. And this one, I'm not sure. I think I might be adding some more colour to that because I do like a bit more colour. Actually, let's add a bit more colour now while we've got everything here. Oops, wrong end. Start again. And you can't really see this now because I've got that colour there. Let's turn this around so we can put it white against white. Okay, so we'll just do some of those drops. There you go. I'm happy with that because I've got those circles back again now. So you can see that there. Quite happy with that. So I'm just going to leave that to dry. I'm not going to turn it over and smudge it again because I turned this into a lovely area, but it came off my vellum. And the vellum is where I want it to stay. Okay. So have a lovely morning, everyone. And I'll catch you soon. So have a wonderful day, crafty ladies, and happy crafting. Bye.